Alright dudes, it's chest and back today. We're headed to the gym. This is my current jam. I've been listening to this album for the last 4 workouts in a row, just like the entire album on repeat. Love the service. Headphones are charging. These are the Jaybird. The really small ones, I forget the name of them. But if you don't have Bluetooth headphones and you work out, I would suggest you invest. It could save you a cracked screen on your phone, and also it's just a lot easier than Alright, what is going on, guys? Checking back in with a commentary over a chest and back session. I always start out my chest sessions, well, I guess I should say this prep, with a dumbbell, because I like dumbbells better than the barbell. When it comes to flat, I do like the barbell. However, I'm always able to use dumbbells, I guess. There's never a time when they hurt too bad or something's off. So I typically will go with dumbbells for most things. Also, because I have had some injuries, I've broken my left collarbone before, and I feel like that's contributed to kind of pulling my left shoulder a little bit forward. So I want to do unilateral movements as much as possible in order to maintain a symmetrical physique. So I'll typically work up to a heavy set of about 12 reps, anywhere from 8 to 12 reps, and I'll do that for maybe 3 to 5 sets depending on how I'm feeling and how my energy levels are that day, but at least 3 heavy sets. Ow! Big bad Joshua Wilson, baby. So right here, I'm going to show you guys, it's an intensity technique. It's essentially just a drop set. And intensity techniques are really, really useful in your training. They help get the most out of it. So there's a lot of different intensity techniques that you've probably heard of: giant sets, supersets, drop sets, rest pause sets, etc., etc. There is a ton of them that you can utilize, and I would highly recommend that you do utilize them, but not necessarily at the beginning of your workout like I'm doing here, because at the beginning of your workout you're going to be your strongest, you're going to have your most energy, and you're going to be able to push the most amount of weight for the most amount of reps, i.e. the most amount of volume. And so when you're able to do the most amount of volume, you have more potential to elicit more hypertrophy with more volume to an extent. So I would say at the beginning of your workout, focus on getting the heavy compound movements out of the way, and most of your energy expenditure should come at the beginning of your workout when you have most of your energy, right? So you're not going to work out and then try to max out on, I don't know, squats at the end of a leg workout. That's not going to be an accurate max. Your ATP levels are significantly diminished. Your overall energy in general, mentally, is also going to be diminished, especially after a leg workout. So intensity techniques are very useful, but I would recommend using them towards the end or maybe even the middle of a workout after you've done your compound main movements. Okay, so that went on a little bit of a tangent. So we went through pullovers with a rope, awesome exercise. We went through wide grip rows. If you have bicep issues, I wouldn't recommend that one because it can aggravate a little bit of bicep tendonitis. And then we moved on to a hammer strength flat press, and we did 2 variations of it, one facing sideways and one normal.
Go ahead.
This one?
You just pull.
Oh, pull?
Up, pull up.
Oh, just...
There you go.
Okay, I didn't know if it was...
Well, now it's on like my nipple.
No.
It's not?
It's your face and your nipple. It's good. It's good, bro. I can't see it. Push it out slower.
And with that hammer strength flat press, it's just turning sideways on it is a good way to isolate the pecs, because the job of the pec is to pull the humerus across the body and essentially press. So those 2 functions are both incorporated when you turn sideways and do that motion. So I think it's really beneficial for a good contraction in the pecs. So once again, manipulating the machine right here. This is a isolateral, I believe they call it, hammer strength pull down. And I'm turning sideways on it in order to better contract the lat, because when you bring your shoulder to your hip, you're able to get a little bit of a better lat contraction as well, and you're actually pretty strong on this movement typically. So this machine is awesome actually, even when you utilize it normally, just straight up and down, back and forth. But turning sideways on it is a good change up, and as long as you're feeling the exercise, that's what really matters. Next we moved on to a pretty awesome superset that I really like. So typically with a barbell row, you lose tension. And what I mean by you lose tension is at the bottom, there's nothing happening. You don't feel anything. So right here, you'll see me, I'm imitating a barbell row with an easy bar so that the grip is easier on the wrists, and I'm also able to get a better contraction because of the position of the elbows. But there's always tension on it. I'm never completely just letting the weight own me like most people would do with a barbell row, because they want to lift way too much. And so once I'm exhausted on that, I superset it with a push-up, so intensity techniques. So these are antagonistic muscle groups, which means they're opposite of each other essentially. So the back pulls, the chest pushes, superset them, awesome. So we did a few sets of that. I believe we did 4 sets of this, and at this point I would say in the workout I was really starting to feel it. The diet at this point when I am recording this is definitely the toughest it's ever been, and mentally right here I would say this workout is when it probably started to really kick in towards the end. So energy levels got really depleted very quickly. But it was an awesome workout nonetheless, and essentially it's mental, you know. You just got to let yourself know that, hey, this is my goal, this is what I want to accomplish, this is what I need to do to get there. I'm not gonna die, it's okay, just keep pushing. So getting through the workouts as of recent has been not always tough, but it's definitely not like it is when you're in your off season and you're bulking. Post-workout, 1 scoop, isolate, 8 ounces, bare leg. And we got, well, this was 4 servings of breast cakes, but I ate 2 servings of them as I was working. That insulin, baby.
Load it up with all Max goodies.
Alright dudes, that concludes the lift. Right now I'm gonna have my post-workout. I'm gonna go mobilize for a little bit, stretch out, move around, and then see you guys next clip.